Hi everyone. I'm here to talk about visual search. I'm going to start with a story. So I saw these shoes and I had to have them. My first instinct was to Google it. And what I realized was I couldn't remember what those decorative perforations were called. So my initial search was men's dress shoe pattern. And then I realized it's called brogue. So I go back to Google and I search women's black patent leather brogue shoes with black and white platform sole. Google returned this. And of course, I've confused Google because there's too many options and too many unknowns. I click on images, not so much. Then Google Shopping, slightly better, but not quite. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack. So what about visual search? Well, that's more like it. Not only do I get search results, but I also get options to refine my search by category and price. Visual search makes it easier when you don't know what you're looking for, when you're looking to match a particular style, and when your search query is way too long and complicated. Over the last few years, many of us have been spending our time optimizing for local search, for rich results, for voice search, and of course staying up to date with all the wonderful algorithm updates. And what I've realized is that visual search is now being used by many big brands. It's way more sophisticated, it's way more user-friendly, and has more practical applications. And we should all be spending more time focusing on this. So I will also share some opportunities and tactics so you too can benefit from visual search. So just to be clear, I'm not talking about image search, I'm talking about visual search. In an image search, you would type in a query and the search engine would return image results. In this case, you would enter an image and the search engine would provide similar image results to give you more options. It's like Shazam for images. And just to be clear also, if you haven't done this before, you can check out Google Photos or the Pinterest app. And in Google Photos, you can use an existing image to do the visual search. You would click on the visual search icon, and it would perform the search for you. And in Pinterest, you can take a new photo or an existing photo and complete the search. Did you know that 85% of consumers place more importance on visuals than on than on text when searching online for clothing or furniture? And although it's not widely used at the moment, visual search is now there's more user there's more user expectations. According to Vicens, 62% of the young people would like to be able to search by image, and 58% of them would like to be able to click directly to make a purchase. Things are moving really, really fast, so we're going to dig into what's new. I'm going to tell you another story. This story is about a chair. It's about this chair. I realize that it may not be to everyone's taste. However, imagine it's your new chair, and you love it, and you want to decorate your living room based on the look of this chair. Where do you start? How do you find items to match this particular style? Do you go to House? Do you go to Google? Do you go to Amazon or Pinterest? Do you do a search for blue, red, white, and yellow accessories? Well, Pinterest has added a way of including intent into their discovery experience. Normally, a visual search result would return similar items, in this case, chairs. Pinterest released a new feature in May called hybrid search. This allows you to search by combining the aesthetic of an existing pin with text provided by the platform. These are some image results based on the look and feel of the chair, and text queries such as bookshelves, walls, and clocks. If you think that's cool, it gets better. Last month, Pinterest announced that they're working on a new feature called Complete the Look. It leverages context like an outfit, body type, season, to generate taste-based recommendations. You will be able to find shoes or a bag to match an outfit, or curtains to fit in your living room. And if you're geeky like me, I would highly recommend checking out the Pinterest engineering blog. They share everything that they're working on and all the mechanics of everything. I'm going to switch over to Google now. Google Lens can now identify over 1 billion items. That's 4 times as many as when they launched in 2017. And at the recent Google I/O conference, they announced several new features for Google Lens. Some of those are new filters. You can now scan your environment and search for items that exist in reality. And it can also identify and recommend items on a menu when you go to a restaurant. It can translate text from print directly onto your phone and go from text to speech. They also added augmented reality to Google Search. Not sure if you're aware, but last April, there were a lot of comments on Twitter about snakes having legs. Well, I think that they added AR to search so we could all see for ourselves how many legs snakes actually have or don't have. So in all seriousness, AR could have many amazing possibilities for online shopping. You can imagine the possibilities. Here are some things that you can do to integrate a visual search into your strategy. It can be hard for people to discover new products. With the majority of Pinterest searches being unbranded, it's a great way for people to find out about unknown brands and products. They're way more open to it. It's used for smaller, less known brands to get discovered. Why Pinterest? Why now? Well, I'm gonna go back. You want to try and leverage existing platforms and partnerships. If the technology exists, why not use it? Either optimize content for where your audience already hangs out, like on Instagram or Pinterest. And if you want to integrate visual search into your own platform, partner with a company that already does this. There are several leaders in the industry. Some of them include Vicens, Slice, or Cortexica. Here are 2 examples. Levi's partnered with Pinterest to create Find Your Levi's Style. There, people can go online, fill out a quiz, and they'll recommend style options for you. And ASOS, which you heard about earlier, collaborated with Vicens to integrate visual search into their own platform. I tried it out, it's very cool. So why Pinterest? If your content is not on Pinterest, I highly suggest you check it out. I realize their audience isn't as large as Google or Facebook or Amazon. However, Pinterest Lens has over 600 million visual searches per month. 250 million people use it from around the world. And those people are looking to buy. Proportionately, Pinterest generates the most traffic out of all the other social media networks. It's very important to think about it. Capitalize on impulse buying. Please don't judge me for saying that, but a recent study found that 72% say that the platform inspires them to shop and they're not actually looking to buy. So take advantage. Create compelling in-store experiences. So we all know that physical spaces have been having problems for the past few years. The ones that have proven successful are the ones that have done things in the store to make the experiences better for their customers, whether it be with tech or activations. Alibaba brought fashion mirrors to the guest change rooms so that when you try on an outfit, you can actually select other colors or accessories to go with your outfit. Amazon created a high-tech mirror so that you can project an outfit onto you so you don't even have to try it on. PIN codes can be displayed in store for customers to look up a product and also be taken to a curated board. Right now, Home Depot and Nordstrom use those PIN codes. And increased revenue. Gartner predicts that by 2021, e-commerce brands who optimize for voice and search have potential to increase profits by 30%. That's pretty cool, but it is a prediction. Let's take a moment to address the elephant in the room. Lenses tend to auto-select the wrong focal point. They also tend to categorize a person instead of a product on occasion. They display items that are currently out of stock, leaving customers and users frustrated. So how do we optimize for images to address these pitfalls? Everything that you do and can do to optimize your images will also help visual search. Make sure that your images are indexed by submitting image sitemaps. Basic product data from the shopping feed helps visual search technology understand your content. If you have ad accounts, you can sync product data from your site directly to Google Merchant Center and to Pinterest catalogs. Pinterest catalogs are relatively new and allow visitors to search by brand. You should definitely check this out. This helps to automatically keep product info up to date in search results and avoid penalties from Google. Structured data. Unlike many rich results, product images have potential for generating traffic and potentially quick sales. In the product description, I highly recommend including your USPs. So for example, if you have free shipping, include it there. It could be the deciding factor in a click. Use the most relevant schema for your images. Add rich pins to your site. This can reduce friction by improving the pin to purchase process. And it will reduce the potential frustration by eliminating any items that are out of stock from the user's feed. To be honest, I wish more platforms would do this. Now let's look beyond the technical. Your images should be on brand and be consistent. They should be clutter-free. Product images should have a clear focal point and be in the foreground. You should provide context for images. And I'm talking about within the image itself and the text surrounding the images. So for example, your text should be relevant and engaging for your audience, and the images themselves, you can use lifestyle images when it makes sense. If you use stock photography, like I did in this blog post, make sure it's not an overused image. Also, customize it to your look and feel so people know that it's your brand. Include multiple angles of each product so your customer can properly evaluate your product. And any image that does not add value, remove it. Stay on top of what's happening. Make sure that your content and your images are topical and on trend, relevant to your audience. And think beyond keywords. Pinterest releases a monthly trend report that I find very helpful. There's also Google Trends. There's Answer the Public. There's Google My Business Q&As. And customer feedback reports. And think ahead. There's also things coming like visual sentiment analysis. Think about how you could understand the emotions of your audience on social media. Adapt your content and images so they're timely and relevant to your audience to improve discovery and engagement. So I have to tell you a secret. I'm terrible with parting thoughts. I always have too much to say and I can't put it into words. So here's a pic of me getting ready to shop for an outfit to match my new shoes. And I do have to wait for Pinterest Complete to Look to come out, so I'll be waiting for that. And I also wanted to say that I covered a lot of visual search for online shopping for fashion and home decor. However, I know that most of you, or many of you, don't work in those fields, so think about how this can apply to your industry and to what you do, whether it be travel, or real estate, or automotive, or food and beverage. The possibilities are endless, and technology is improving every day, so things will improve and there'll be more things to do. So hopefully I've inspired you to start optimizing for visual search, and thank you so much.